Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Schedule 1 is in the news again today. Well, sort of, kind of, maybe in the news. People are talking about it, and of course, it's going to be a not so positive light again because some people are upset that there's an achievement in the game that has rather particular stereotypical connotations, and, well, be prepared to clutch those pearls, drop into a fetal position, and cry in the corner because I don't think you're going to be able to handle it, ladies and gentlemen, because before we get to the actual tweet, of course, the gamer is going to write an article about it because they have nothing better to do with their times except blow things completely and totally out of proportion. It's incredibly racist. Schedule 1 comes under fire for one of its achievements. Oh no, say it ain't so. A little before it reaches its 1-month anniversary, calls online, definitely not from fans, have begun for Schedule 1 to change the name of one of its achievements due to racist connotations. This right here, calling something racist, is overused. It's a racial stereotype, but that doesn't mean it's racist. These are very different things. Being racist towards someone and being stereotypical, I believe, there's two different things. Of course, maybe I'm just an old fart. So, people are mixing them up, saying, well, guess I can't go there. YouTube's got rules and everything. The achievement in question, Indian Dealer, challenges the players to sell something to a customer before pickpocketing it back, and is the only achievement in which a race is specified. And I think that's a shame, considering the game is, well, whether you want to agree with me or not, it's a bit of a joke. It is a fun parody, an absolutely rocket ship to the stratosphere, entertaining parody of, well, the DDS, the Drug Dealer Simulator. Can I say that, YouTube? I'm talking about a video game. Don't age restrict my video. It's a parody. It's fun. It's a bunch of ridiculous things that you can do. I mean, for crying out loud, you can mix bananas with your product. You can mix, well, I guess you can mix Viagra. It's a little bit easier to do that, but you get the idea. Donuts with your product. I believe motor oil and horse semen with your product, and sell it to people and mix and mix and mix and mix and get the entire town addicted. It is a violent game about drug addiction and drug selling and creating this massive empire. But we're going to get our panties in a twist about the name of an achievement. Personally, and I did send a message out. I sent a message out. Hopefully, more and more people will start doing this. Start tagging Schedule 1. Start tagging Tyler, the creator of this game, and beg him. Not just to not bend the knee, because that would be far worse than anything else than just ignoring it. I want more stereotypical achievements, more racially motivated stereotypical achievements in this game. One is just not enough. Double down, triple down, hell, quadruple down. Do it. Go all the way with these things because they're just achievements. You can ignore them. Or if you're really if your delicate, fragile little feelings are just so hurt over this thing, well, vote with your wallet. Don't play the game. Don't promote it. Don't buy it. That's it. It's a very simple thing. Something I promote, something I push day in and day out, video after video after video. The market will decide. And boy, the market has definitely decided on Schedule 1. 416,000 players at peak. Yes, I know, 459 and some change, but hey, I like to round up. Math. This game blew up in popularity almost overnight, really, with multiplayer and just a fun, family-friendly, not so much game, just for everyone to enjoy. It's great. I didn't even know you could swipe your product from someone you dealt with. I would just sell, move on, get back to base. I don't even stay out after curfew. That's how much of a good little dealer I am in the game. Having a blast. Make more, do more racially stereotypical achievements. The achievement in question, I read that already. One of Schedule 1's achievements is rooted in a long history of racism. The whole thing is I guarantee you at least 90% of the people playing this game, let me rephrase that, 90% of the people who got that achievement had no idea what it was from, what it was for. Had no clue. until good old Crow right here brought it up. Now let's go ahead and go straight to Crow's tweet because don't want to try and take anything he says out of context. Going to show you it right here. Yo, Tyler TVGS, the single solitary person. Don't you dare bend the knee. Don't you do. Go harder. Make more. Make more of these achievements. At Schedule 1 Games, I'm loving the game. We don't believe you, Crow. We don't believe you. Because if you were loving the game, you would laugh, roll your eyes, go, oh God, this again, and move on and continue playing the game for your audience. It is there, and then it's gone in the blink of an eye. Much like your integrity, probably. I'm loving the game, but can you remove this achievement? Oh, so you're going to dictate what developers can and cannot put in their game. My goodness, it's incredibly racist. No, it's not. It's a stereotype. It's a 250-year-old stereotype that nobody really uses ever anymore and probably thought it was funny, because it is. The only achievement specifying race, that needs to change. I do agree with that. That needs to change. We want more. The only redeeming idea is, oh, you got this. Oof. Oh, dear. That's not good. But, oh, another one. Shauna, good for you, of course. Smash JT, what an insufferable take. Oh, okay. Fix your beard. Now, let's not insult people's looks. Let's see. Get over yourselves. It's a joke. It's edgy humor. This shit has been around for centuries. Aren't this achievements true? English is not your first language. Leave it to a liberal white woman to claim racism over a phrase that is over 250 years old. Oh, I think they're insulting Crow. Oh, dear. Shame on you. But quite a few of these. I hope they make more jokes now. Chic Jimbo? Yes, I agree with you. Oh, I'm not going to read that. But they're not the only ones, because Crow over here went ahead and tagged 4 Directions teams and Indigi Horror. And of course, they had to get involved. We love Schedule 1. Again, I'm going to press X to doubt. Because if you did, you wouldn't care. It wouldn't bother you. One little thing, to have one little insignificant blip turn you off on a game. Oh, my goodness. You poor, fragile little individual. I've watched TV shows and movies that were absolutely horrendous and had 1 or 2 fantastic scenes, looking at you, Ahsoka, that do not save the show. I've seen fantastic movies that had 1 or 2 scenes in it that were just abysmally written, made no sense, and moved at the speed of plot. But they didn't ruin the entire experience, which is, a fantastic thing. One thing should not, unless, of course, you're in DG Horror Squad over here, or Crow, one tiny little thing should not be enough to ruin an entire experience. Unless, of course, someone drops, a rabbit turd in your salad. That's a whole different story, but not comparable, really. The Indian dealer achievement uses a racist phrase. No, I disagree. Tied to harmful stereotypes. Growing up as a kid, it was Indian giver. You would promise something and then take it back. You would call someone an Indian giver. I legitimately had no clue. I figured it had something to do with Indians, Native Americans, feather, not dot, whatever you want. Times change, indigenous people. I didn't get the memo on these name changes. Like I said, I'm an old fart. It was a turn of phrase based on a stereotype. Apparently, it's based on a 250-year-old stereotype. I don't even want to read that. I don't care. Oh, let's read it. We love Schedule 1 and how... Oh, no, you're just virtue signaling. You're trying to pat yourself on the back. Hi, everybody. We really like the game, but this one achievement, it's bad. It's terrible. It's racist because everything is racist. Everything is sexist. Everything is homophobic, and you just got to stomp it out. Blah, blah, blah. We're tired of this nonsense. I do hope and pray, Tyler, don't bend the knee, whatever you do, because hopefully he'll be able to read the room and understand that, well, while he's counting his money on the way to the bank, easily 1.5 million in sales. Ooh, boy. This is nothing. This is a non-traversy that will not affect the bottom line if he ignores them. If he doubles down on the so-called racist stereotype achievements, well, you might actually get more people playing your game. Make it funny, though. Gotta be funny. If you bend the knee, you will be destroyed. Although it really probably won't even matter because you already made all your money off the... Don't bend the knee. Back to this nonsense. One of the achievements in game Indian Dealer today is harmful harmful phrase. There we go. Let's see. Did I read this already? The term is rooted in a long history of racism and stereotypes against indigenous people. Except we just used it towards each other, not just Native Americans, Indians, whatever. Even if his intent wasn't malicious, I have a problem with this statement. Intent is all that matters. If someone is intentionally trying to be an insufferable twat towards you, they should be treated accordingly. If someone's intent was to make a joke and make people laugh, it should be treated accordingly. Just because you're offended doesn't make it, doesn't make you important. You found it offended. You found it offensive. Thank you, Ricky Gervais. You found it offensive. Cool, that's nice. I'm going to move on with my life. It is offensive, not to everyone. The intent was a joke, and that's all that matters. Just like context is what matters. Context of a joke, context of a situation, of a statement is what is important. The impact still matters. Well, only if you have skin made of fly paper. Fly paper? Packing paper, not packing paper. Skin made of paper, we'll go with that one. Words like this reinforce false narratives that no one today even knows the origins of, unless, of course, you spend your time looking for something to be offended by. Especially when normalized in games we love. Normalized. Schedule 1 is a video game about dealing drugs, getting people addicted, and defending yourself from the other organizations by any means necessary, running from the police, not getting arrested, growing weed, cooking, and if you want to hang out, you've got to take her out. Cocaine. If you've got bad... No, I'm not going to start singing during the recording. But this one little phrase, Indian dealer, that's a deal breaker. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, cool. Go with your wallet, walk away, stop playing it. This is the only achievement in Schedule 1 tied to racist language. We want more. Give it us all. All of it. All of it. Give it all. The Indigenous Streaming Group said it believes, quote, in learning and growing together. How about we just take it as a joke? It's a joke. Haha. Joke. Chuckle, chuckle, y'all. Wanting to make games more respectful and inclusive. I don't want respectful and inclusive games. I want fun and funny games. I want games that take the piss out of the real world and real life and real problems. That's what I want. I want escapism. Fuck your diversity, fuck your inclusion. Take it and flush it down the toilet, because that is the result in the entertainment industry. You take your product and flush it down the toilet because that is what you are prioritizing. This guy, Tyler, he just made a fun game that's just organically inclusive, organically diverse. You can make any kind of character you want, male or female, and they're all hideous looking, might I add. It's not gooner bait, what everybody's talking about right now. They're not fugly. Well, actually, no, everybody's fugly in this game. But the game is fun. The gameplay loop is, well, it's addictive. That's irony. I hope. But to try and police what... that was an unintentional pun. To try and police what these developers or individuals want to put in their game, well, that's asinine. That's pro-censorship, you twat. And, well, I'll always be against that, regardless. You're selling it to adults. It's for adults. And you would think adults would be a little thicker-skinned and have a little bit more of a sense of humor, but here we are in the modern day, ladies and gentlemen. It provided a resource for those who want to learn more about the term. Nobody wants to learn about the term. It has been forgotten practically by a vast majority of society, and there's really no reason to go back to it. The creator of Schedule 1 has yet to speak on the Steam achievement, and God, I hope he doesn't, unless it's to come out and say, I'll add more. That's it. That's what I would love to see. Dare I use the term snowflake? People getting offended for what I see as absolutely no reason. If this achievement upsets you to the point that it is going to completely ruin your video game experience, I think you may have far greater problems than just this achievement. Maybe grow some thicker skin, understand the context of the joke, the intent of the joke, and move on. Whether you move on to continue playing the game because you're actually having a good time, or you find something else to get upset about and make it your next mission to champion on social media. Me? I'm going to work on blending the right items with the right glass and move on to more white powder in the game to build up my empire. And who knows where it's going to go. Actually, I need to figure out how to automate all that stuff because I tried it and I failed miserably. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you don't mind, but leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTube is begging you to do. Hop. That's my brain skipping, guys and gals. Anyway, bye.